Hi everyone, today I want to talk to you about using media in Terminal. How to play music, how to watch videos, and how to arrange all the relaxing content. So why would we want to do this? First of all, other than just staying in the Terminal, I think most importantly, if you consume media like YouTube and others, if you use YDP and other programs, there are no ads, so no distractions on your videos. Another important point, using Terminal is significantly gentler on your resources. It uses less RAM, less CPU, and so on. And you have everything in one place. Obviously, for me, and I think for many of you as well, the fact that everything is keyboard driven is important. And as with everything else in Terminal, you can script it, automate it, it would work over SSH, and the data that you have is yours, whether it's a downloaded music or music that you stream through YouTube that I will show you how to do later. As opposite, if you're using a browser or dedicated apps that stream or play music or videos, then none of those apply. So that's why I use Terminal to manage all my media and music and videos. So for me, the main concept, as always with the Terminal, revolves around using Tmux sessions. I created a lot of videos where I either talk about or just mention programs like Tmux and Tmuxinator. If you don't know, Tmux is Terminal multiplexer that allows you to have multiple dedicated sessions with panes and windows for various tasks. And Tmuxinator is one way to codify those sessions, so you can recreate the same set of windows and panes every single time. This is no different for my media management. I have a dedicated Tmuxinator session that I called Relax, and I can start it at any moment, and from there I can manipulate my media, I can play music or YouTube video or do other things. So what programs are we talking about specifically? And those are just programs that work for me. There are plenty more, and I'm sure you might be already using some of them, or if you just give it a search, you might find alternatives. But Tmux and Tmuxinator, as I mentioned, MPV, which is a super powerful media player, it's not strictly running in the Terminal, but this is an exception that I can live with for playing videos. It's possible to play videos and images in the Terminal, but you need to have a dedicated Terminal with support for it, like Kitty, for example, or Ghosted UI. I am using Alacrity mostly due to performance, and Alacrity does not, by design, support additional media. So MPV is perfectly fine for me. cmus, it's a really cool program that allows you to play music from within the Terminal. MPV allows it too, but I am using it mostly for videos or streaming YouTube songs or music, whereas cmus I'm using for MP3 and music that I have downloaded or otherwise have on my computer. There is a small program called Cava, which just shows a synthesizer preview in the Terminal and looks cool. That's about it. And a few scripts that I have created myself, and also some of which I found, most notably YTX, which is a YouTube viewer written entirely in Bash. And as with everything in Terminal, all the things use FZF. So fuzzy finder that can display music titles and other things. So that's my stack of tools that I will show you in a moment. So talking about Tmuxinator a little bit more, it's a Ruby gem that you can install. It requires Ruby runtime. You might not want to have it on your computer. Obviously, that depends. There are alternatives to Tmuxinator, but I am okay with having it, and I really like it. I have a lot of sessions that I use for various purposes. Tmuxinator creates sessions in a YAML-based file, very easy to define, and it can capture the layout of your windows and panes in the YAML. Those other programs I mentioned, here are the links to the GitHub repositories and a little bit of simple commands that you can run. So the script I talked about earlier, YTX, this is actually one of the scripts I found by accident, and it's really interesting way of using Bash to its full advantage. So it's a quite complicated FZF-based TUI that you can use to connect to your YouTube account and stream videos, play music, do all kinds of things. I really like the fact that it's written in Bash. It's just a regular script. You can see the code yourself, fork the repository, add or change anything you want, which is quite cool. This is a script. I call it play track, and this script is something I created, and it essentially encapsulates a few components, as you see at the bottom here: Tmux, MPV, FZF, and YTDLP. YTDLP is a really popular YouTube player, which, by the way, the program I showed earlier, YT-X, also uses under the hood. So my script is purely for selecting and playing tracks, but since I use Tmux heavily, every track I play gets its own Tmux session, so I can control it independently. And finally, just as a fun addition, I have in my Tmux status pane, status line at the bottom, a current track that is playing based on the MPV tracks. So now I want to show you how the session looks like. So we can swap to a session called Relax. It's already open. I will have to maximize it a little bit, or rather minimize. You can see here a questionable choice in music that I have on the right hand side. So I really like Thomas Kühner, if you're familiar with him. So he has songs like Daikon, for example, or those are like sounds of Arctic, essentially, with mixes, and this is a really nice kind of ambient music that I listen to when I program. So I can quickly do this, and you can see that here we have Abandoned Cities. All of those are from YouTube, and those are essentially streaming YouTube. So Abandoned Cities is currently playing, but when I hit, for example, Daikon and hit enter, you will see that it's exited the Tmux session for Abandoned Cities, and it now shows me that we are playing Daikon. And I can now show you all the sessions here. So we have those 3 sessions: Relax, which is the session we are in. This is the session that plays Daikon currently, and Just Relax was the session where I used my presentation from. So why do I have sessions? Simply because it's much easier to control using MPV socket ability, but this is a little bit too advanced. So this works for me really cool. It's really nice. I select what I want to listen to, hit enter, and soon enough MPV streams in the background and loads the YouTube track. All those tracks that you see, they are added to a very simple text file with a comment that is being later transformed into a track name and the URL that is being passed on to MPV when I hit enter. Super easy. On the left hand side, you can see the YTX I mentioned earlier. So here we can, for example, maybe see what's trending. This is FZF in action. So menu is kind of quite interesting in itself. I just type trending, hit enter, and it loads me all the trending videos. In this case, it errored out. Let's try it one more time. live demos. Oh, this error's out. Let's see, maybe we will do liked videos. That should work. Yes, so those are the videos I liked, and as you can see here on the left hand side, this is very barely visible, but this is a preview generated with cava, I believe. And if I hit enter, you will see in a moment another menu which asks me what do I want to do: play, watch, listen, and so on. So in this case I want to watch, and this will pop up an MPV window that will start streaming the video. So now you can see this is the video. This is, by the way, a really cool channel, Dev on Duty, and this is MPV window, and I can control it, play it, and watch the video like this, and I can close it and it exits back. So that's the ability to watch YouTube videos. In another window, as you can see, I have two windows, and this, by the way, is my Tmux icon playing here on the right hand side, indicated by Tmux status bar. And in the relax, I'm gonna zoom it a little bit out again, so you can see this is again some playlists, and this is downloaded. This is MP3 downloaded tracks that I also can play in this way by just having the tracks themselves. And here at the bottom we have cava that shows us currently what's playing. So I can hit F for foreground and it changes colors, and I can hit B for background and have a little bit of color and movement in the terminal. So that's it. We can swap now to our relax session, which contains our presentation. And that's super short video for today. Hopefully you now see how you can use some of open source programs in the terminal and have a very efficient and intuitive terminal based media library and ability to control this media for you. So that's all for today. I hope you enjoy it. As always, let me know in the comments what programs are you using to control your media. How are you listening to music or watching videos? I'm always interested to know what you guys cooking. But other than that, thanks as always, and see you in the next video.